Hi guys, welcome back to Talking Hair Loss. So today we've got Jake in the chair. We're just going to have a little bit of a discussion about what to do with his current hair loss situation and what I can do to help.
So as you can see, hair's like not looking too well at the moment. I don't really know what to do with it. I've always had the same kind of hairstyle where I've obviously if you can see here, I've grown it out to like kind of shape it to the side. And then this side is just quite short. So normally what I go for is just a side fringe. I used to have it curly, but then due to the hair loss, it's got like a bit weird with it. Yeah. And it's just not as like...
It's not sitting right anymore.
It's not sitting right anymore. So I thought I'm gonna have to like just straighten it out from now on. So
yeah, I mean, the only thing is the first thing I think when I see like, this is kind of like, this is way too thick and heavy, isn't it? Yeah. Like that length there, so I think it's just like maybe a little bit too much. Okay. And you see how this like ends it quite sharply, if you know what I mean. I think if it was all a bit shorter, it would probably just blend in a lot better. Okay. And what I would probably do is probably drop this fade down a little bit as well. Okay.
So instead of a mid, go a bit lower?
I mean, to me, this is quite high at the front. Okay. To me, a mid would be about here, whereas this is really high at the top, and then it's dropping down at the back. I like the way it drops down, I think it looks good, but I would probably just drop this down a little bit, because you see how around here, this is quite sparse as well. Okay. So that's starting to thin out a bit. So if you grew that, and it was all a bit darker, I think that would help fill out the front of your hair better, rather than there being like a bit more of like a disconnection. Because this bit is so thick, and obviously this bit in the middle is a bit thinner.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if it was more even, it would look thicker, because at the minute, there's a noticeable difference between the density here and the density here, which actually makes that look thinner. Gotcha. Whereas if this was a bit thinner, I think the whole hairline would look fuller.
Gotcha.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I've never really seen it like that before, because obviously this is a lot thicker. So I'm just like, when I'm doing my style, I'm like switching that over, because that's so long, it covers the front part as well, but I don't realise how thin the actual front part is.
Yeah, so do you know what I mean? Because this is so thick, it makes this look thin. Yeah. Whereas if this was just a bit thinner, it would all look, I think, a bit more of an even density. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not going to go crazy with it. I'm just going to try and even these bits out a little bit.
No drama.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's do that.
Sweet. Have you ever considered like treatments or anything like that to do with your hair loss or not?
I have, but I've never been like, well, how do you even do it kind of thing, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I've like, obviously turkey's like probably the most obvious one. Yeah. But then like...
Well, like a hair transplant.
Yeah. So where I'm from originally in Derby, there's this, I can't remember his name. It's
Hair Systems.
Yeah, exactly. I think they shave the top half of your hair, and then you put like a stick on hair. I considered that, and I was like, not really feeling it, just in case someone pulls it off for a giggle, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be a bit awkward.
And like some of them are really good, but like some of them really aren't. Yeah. But have you ever like considered like like treatments like Manual? This video is brought to you by Manual. Manual are a British company that specialise in men's health. They offer medically approved treatments which are specifically for men, and it's the hair loss treatment that we're going to be talking about today. Manual's all-in-one hair loss treatment is designed to prevent further hair loss and to aid regrowth, supporting men getting back their confidence. If this is something that can help you, it can all be done online. All you have to do is answer a questionnaire about your medical history, and you'll receive a treatment recommendation which is tailored to you by a specialist doctor on the platform. You receive the treatment on a subscription basis with free next day delivery, and you also get ongoing medical support from their clinicians. And don't worry, you can cancel this at any time. Manual have been kind enough to offer a discount to anyone watching my video, which is on the screen now and in the description, where you'll find the link to Manual too. You can find out more there if you want, but let's get back to the video. We've got products like minoxidil, like stimulates hair growth. So do you know like around your hairline here, where you've got like hairs that are like a little bit weaker? Yeah. It helps to strengthen those hairs and help them grow through like the blood circulation. For me, I always think that's the best place to start, rather than like hair transplants, these hair systems. Yeah. Because a hair system to me is like when you've got no choice.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
Because like last resort kind of thing.
Yeah, like last resort. Yeah. Like for me, it's like you try using companies like Manual, you try the prescription, you try minoxidil, you try these products. Like if that doesn't work, then you would try like maybe a hair transplant. But hair transplants don't always work. I know people who've had 3 hair transplants. I shaved a guy's hair the other day who's going for his second hair transplant.
Why has it just failed? Doesn't work?
Yeah, because sometimes it just continues to fall out.
I'd be fuming.
You would be, wouldn't you?
Probably refund.
Yeah, it's just down to do with like your body. Do you know what I mean? Like some people's works really well.
Yeah.
And some people's just like don't work at all. But I definitely think like using a company like Manual.
Yeah.
And speaking to them and see what they say to you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. I mean, it's not going to get any better at the moment, so it's just going to get worse. So I might as well try something.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've always wanted to do it, but I feel like it's just like where do you start kind of thing.
Educate yourself on it and feeling confident to then go and like make a start on it. Mm-hmm. But how old were you when you first started to like notice your hair was receding?
I reckon probably like 19, like properly though.
Yeah.
Like, because I used to always have my hair curly in the front, so it'd always be like just pushed down against my forehead.
Yeah.
You wouldn't actually notice it unless I peeled my hair back.
Yeah, yeah.
But obviously me seeing it, it's like it gradually got worse over the years. So yeah, I reckon it's like 18 to 19 where it actually like, I was thinking, bloody hell, how does my head like 50 years old?
Yeah.
But then like probably 21, 22, where like the front part actually got thinner and thinner. So it wasn't just like receding, it was actually like the hair was getting thinner. So I was like, oh God.
You seem like you're a very, very confident guy anyways.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
But like unfortunately not everyone's like you. Do you know what I mean? Like some people really struggle with it.
No, I completely understand why. It's just one of those things I think it's dead. But it's definitely my biggest insecurity, hair loss. Honestly, I'll put so much effort into my hair. As soon as I go out, I've got like a nice motive to go to. Step out the door.
Yeah.
Right, cancelled. Not coming no more.
Do you know when you're out, do you find yourself like messing around with your hair all the time?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. I think every 10 minutes I'm always fucking checking my hair.
Yeah,
Making sure that just the front part's alright.
Was there any hairstyles that you've like kind of wanted to try, but like now you feel like you kind of can't have it?
I always liked my old cut. I tried to find pictures of it like early before I come here to try and show you, but it was very push forward, but like it was curls here. It was like almost like a curly straight.
Yeah,
and then curls in the front. I always like liked it, but then obviously the hair got thinner. It just looked a bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
So sadly I had to resort to trying to find something else.
Yeah. Any like situations in particular where like your hair loss has really like bothered you?
Other than the lads taking the piss, like I've got a good
standard
few mates back at home. Yeah, they're always taking the piss out of it, but I think it's just a normal thing. I'm so used to it.
That's just a guy thing, like, isn't it?
Literally, yeah. There's been so many videos of like just me pushing my hair back. Have you ever seen Lilo and Stitch? It's just like little. It's basically like that. Oh, honestly. Yeah, my mates always take the piss out of it, but you know what? I'm not really too bothered.
Does it not bother you now?
Nah, it doesn't bother me. It's always a giggle anyway.
Yeah, you've just got to take it on the chin.
Yeah.
And then just pick on their insecurities instead.
That's what I take the piss out of them.
So what do you do in the morning when you're styling this? Like, give us the run through of the process.
I feel like I'm a girl in the morning when I'm getting ready for work. Honestly, like, so I wash my hair a couple of times a week. So I just towel dry it. Yeah. And then I just literally just straighten it. Yeah. Just straighten the front parts, and then.
Do you use like any like a heat protector spray or anything?
Sometimes, yeah. If I've got it, I'll use it.
Yeah. What shampoo do you use at the minute?
It's that Aussie one.
Is it?
Yeah. Shampoo and conditioner.
Like Manual, the company that I work with, they have their own shampoos as well, which don't have any harsh chemicals in. Okay. And it's full of
vitamins.
And things that are like beneficial for you. Yeah. Beneficial for your hair and scalp.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I mean.
Yeah, they have like vitamins as well, like vitamins that you take on a daily basis that's not like a prescription, but just vitamins that are good for strengthening your hair. Now I'm just putting on a little bit of salt spray. This is just going to help thicken your hair up and give your hair a little bit more hold. So when you're outside in the wind, it's not going to be as fly away. This is something you put on before you use a product. So put the salt spray on, we'll dry it in, and then we'll do the back and sides, and then you put the product on as well. So it's just like an extra bit of strength for your hair.
Yeah, awesome, man. Like, why do you think my hair dips back like that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's a lot more dense at the back here. So because it's not as thick towards the front, because it might have thinned out, it might have always been like that. Do you feel like it's always been a bit lighter?
It's always been lighter.
Yeah, which is normal. So like even for me, my density here is a lot lighter than what it is like around here. So there's just more hair at the back than what there is at the front. Which is why I'm saying to keep this a bit heavier and a bit darker, because otherwise if you take this too short, it just makes the front look really light and then the back look really dark. So that's just going to strengthen, if you keep more hair there, it's going to strengthen the full front of your hairline. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not just here to cut your hair, I'm here to advise people and to help people. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like that's the way I like to run my column. I like to charge a bit more. I like to spend more time with my clients and give them advice on what products they should be using on their hair on a daily basis, what they should be shampooing your hair with, whether or not you should even be shampooing it in the first place. And just like help them have a routine with the hair and how to style it. So I get a lot of customers who come in and they're like, before you style it, can you talk us through what you're gonna do? Because that's kind of always been my thing, is like styling. I was cutting Anthony Gordon's hair, you know, do you watch football or not? Yeah, so I was cutting Anthony Gordon's hair the other day, and he's really struggling to like style his hair. And he thought it was more to do with the cut. He's like, you know, I've really been struggling with styling it. Like, it's really long, it's not sitting the way I want it to. And I was just like, because you're styling it wrong. Like, you're blow drying your hair, giving it all this volume to then try and slick it back. When all you need to do is get out the shower, comb your hair back, put product in your hair when it's wet.
And it'll just stay like that.
And it'll dry without the volume. And then he had like oh shit, like.
And it's just working as it is for him.
Yeah, and then now he's buzzing with it. Sometimes it's just little things like that makes a massive difference.
It's the most simplest things without you even realising it, of course. Literally, I don't think I've cut the front in ages, and you probably noticed that. And it's always the back that I'm cutting. And like, I think, because there's so much weight on here, and there's like nothing in the front, it just looks a bit daft, so.
Yeah, it just needs balanced out a little bit, like, but at the same time, like, not saying that your barber doesn't know what he's doing, but some barbers are scared to cut it because they know that like, I'm keeping all this to cover this. And then barbers are like, all right, well, we'll just not touch it at all. Rather than being able to actually have the right technique to be able to make it work better. Do you know what I mean? I'll tell you what's lush, and I go all the time. Do you know there's just like a couple of markets on Piccadilly Gardens.
Rita's Rain?
Yeah.
Yes.
Unreal, mate. Unreal.
It's so good. It is so good. When you're queuing up and the chicken is just cooking up there.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's mad.
There's a point when you know someone likes the hair because they start looking at themselves in the mirror like this. And you're just like, there's one guy who comes in, he's just like there's this like weird power, and I'm like, he's fucking loving this trim. But yeah, there is a point when people start like feeling themselves in the mirror, and you're like, yeah, he's happy. So now do you see, can you see that? Yeah, so you see how, because I've took the back higher and then we've dropped the forward down, it's like a lot more.
That is mega.
Way more even, so rather than it being like thinner at the front and thicker at the back, because we've left that thickness at the front and took it higher at the back, it's now just like even.
No, I love it, mate. That's absolutely amazing.
Show you that side.
That's fresh as fuck.
Yeah, so it just looks way more balanced, doesn't it?
Thank you very much, mate.
It's all good. I'm just going to clean it up a tiny bit more, and then we're going to style the top up, and then I'll sort your beard out at the end, mate.
Thank you so much, man.
So I'm just going to use a little bit of clay just to get this to sit a little bit flatter.
So is this the same as like matte clay?
Yeah. So this will be the same as what you use already, like.
Yeah, I think that's the new style from now on, to be honest.
You know what I mean? Just like getting rid of a bit of that weight out the corners. You've still got this length here that comes right across.
Yeah.
But it's just not as like bulky around the side, do you know what I mean?
Better. I feel like my head's like weighed down like by 50 kilos.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Still got that bit of curl on the top as well. It's just the corners that we've kind of straightened out.
Yeah.
Straightened it out, still got a little bit of wave to it, so it still connects in nicely.
Yeah, so exactly how I used to have my curly hair was like this, just more. It was literally like that.
Took a lot of the weight out these sides while still keeping the length towards the front. I've just kind of blunt cut all the top as well, just so that these curls and these waves do still stand out a little bit more. And I'll straighten these corners out a bit because obviously they were recoiling a lot. So you've still got that length to like pull forward.
Yeah.
And with the fade, we've dropped the forward down a little bit so that we can keep more of your hairline. So that just strengthens your hairline again. And it also balances out the density between the front and the back. So now it just looks like a normal fade again.
Yeah, I love it, mate. It looks really sharp.
So you're happy with that?
Yeah, more than happy.
Sweet. Thank you for coming in today. Had a great chat with you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. Yeah. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
You've been a good chat, mate.
Thank you.